Today's lesson is entitled Measurement. This lesson deals with math, and it is relevant for grade levels 3rd through 5th grade. The duration of this lesson is 60 to 90 minutes. The description of this lesson is that students will be learning how to measure objects using inches on a ruler. They will be able to measure different objects placed in their group. They will also be working on measurement worksheets that focus on converting inches to feet. According to the state standards, students will be estimating lengths using units of inches and feet. The lesson goals for the measurement lesson are that students will be able to correctly identify that there are 12 inches in a foot, and they will also be able to estimate the length of objects. They will be able to measure different objects using a standard ruler. Students will also be able to identify that 3 feet are in a yard. They will also be learning how to convert inches to yards. For the anticipatory set, make sure each student has a ruler and pass out the rulers. Be sure to write that 12 inches equals 1 foot and 3 feet equals 1 yard on the board. Identify which side of the ruler is inches and which side is centimeters. If students do not understand, they can be taken aside for remediation. First, you will introduce the lesson. Instruction shall be given on how to use the ruler. Be sure to ask the students if they have ever used a ruler. Then expound on that by asking them if they've ever seen someone use a ruler. Allow the students time to expand on their experiences. After that, pictures will be used on a slideshow to show different objects that can be measured. Ask the class to identify each side of the ruler before going on. Make sure that all students understand. Guided practice will be given through the worksheet. Write each question on the board, or it can be projected through the projector. Be sure to give students the opportunity to guess before coming up to the board and answering the problems using yardstick and dry erase markers. For independent practice, students will be sitting in 3 groups. Each group will be given 5 objects to measure. Each student will then measure each object by themselves. Then, they will be allowed to check their answers with the answers written on the board. Make sure the answers are not written on the board until after everyone has completed the activity. After all students have completed the activity, students will clean up the objects that were used for measurement. Then the teacher will play a funny rap song that teaches the standard system of measurement. For ongoing assessment, the teacher will be walking around during the independent activity. Also for ongoing assessment, the teacher will be asking the students questions during the guided practice. For summative assessment, a test will be given at the end of the week after students have had time to practice more at home and have given more practice time in class. At the end of the lesson, each student will turn in their worksheets for credit. By the time this lesson is over, each student will have learned how to measure objects using inches on a ruler. They will also be able to convert inches to feet. The resources needed for this lesson are measuring worksheets from superteacherworksheets.com, the standard system rap video from YouTube, and other classroom resources that you will need are paper, pencils, and markers. You will also need objects that are relatively flat for students to measure.